Did you guys have your
Yeah.
trading week? All right, I guess. Who would like to start?
I actually did not take no trades this week. I didn't like anything, to be honest.
Okay. I guess. Do you want to talk to me about that a little bit? Like, kind of explain your thinking, or
Yeah, so Monday was just oh shit, I need to go through my notes. Monday I just went through everything, didn't like anything.
sure.
And I'm pretty sure what was there? Tuesday and Wednesday price action wasn't good, right?
Yeah, no, I didn't really like Monday or Tuesday. I think
Yeah.
Wednesday was like just okay, but okay, sure. What about Thursday and
No,
Friday?
Wednesday, what was once? Thursday. Let me see what there was on Thursday. It's because there was news or something. It was just like super bad. I did not have no entry, nothing.
Okay, okay, sure.
There was like B plus setups.
Hmm.
I just didn't feel it
Yeah, no, I got you.
like, which I really like that I felt it like every single time there was an entry. I was like, no, I don't really like this one. Like on Friday, Mike took a trade. I'm like, dude, I don't really like this one because we instantly took this thing high, and I like that. I was instantly able to tell this isn't a good setup.
Sure.
It instantly went to break even. So, and Mike did get break even. So yeah,
Okay. You just weren't liking the price action this week. I got you.
yeah, no,
I think Monday, Tuesday, not having any trades there is fine. I actually skipped both those days, so I think I'm in the same boat as you. Now, Wednesday, I feel like I took a trade on Wednesday, but I don't remember exactly what it was. But it's not about my trades. Honestly, I don't think, forcing a setup on Wednesday is the most important thing here. Like,
yeah.
if I go back and replay here, let me just check because I don't think there was anything crazy. Oh yeah, it was the 1 minute that got break even. That was the trade I took, and it ended up just being a break even trade, and then everything else was kind of mid. I don't think I would have
Yeah.
taken any of these shorts. So yeah, no, I that's fine. No trades Wednesday, and then hmm.
On Friday, I obviously didn't trade because of OPEX.
Sure. I actually think Friday's price action was really good. Um,
Yeah,
so that was the only thing.
I did notice that. I just didn't even hop on because I was like, no, because I did what Dodgy said. I backtested like 10 of the last 10 OPEX sessions, and my win rate was like 45%. I was
Yeah,
like, never.
yeah, no, it's
And like I
it's
literally have
pretty
data
rough
on
sometimes.
this. I'm not trading it now.
Sure, sure. Yeah, no, that's
Thursday
fine.
was
All right,
Thursday.
cool. Um, did anybody else have any trades?
Dang, it's just four of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a losing day on the Monday and then pretty much break even all week and made it back on the Friday.
Okay.
So not a great week. But I wasn't going to trade this week and then I ended up losing on that first day. But break even's not bad.
Sure. 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 Um, is there anybody? Oh yeah, I guess G Rod, right? Let's see. What did you have this week? Let's see what's going on. Okay, so what is this? The 16th? Was this Monday? Yeah, Monday. Okay. All right. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Did we get the close there? I can't really tell. I mean, 10 a.m. reversal. Maybe there's like a lower time frame gap that's holding or something. We'll check this actually. We'll check this trade out. But yeah, G-Rod, how was your trading week this week?
I had, I think it was more of a red week for me, but
Sure.
overall, I'm just trying to work on just feeling more confident entering and just kind of
Hmm.
controlling my emotions.
Okay, for sure.
Um, but yeah, I mean, I just felt like I did better than other weeks, even though it was red.
Okay.
Just trying to work on other areas of trading, more psychology.
Yeah, 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 for sure. All right, so I'm gonna take a look at this trade. So you obviously wanted this like 930 wick and then maybe lower to these lows over here or whatever.
Yeah,
And you took, I think it was this inverse here, right? Like 1004 on the 2 minute.
yeah,
Because we sweep the high
that'd
and
be it
whatever.
right there. Yep.
So I'm looking at this trade, and the first thing I notice is this buy side still above. And then I'm going to be looking for like delivery, right? Because that's very important.
Yeah.
So looking at the 15 minute, I don't see anything. The 4, nothing. I think there was like a 2 minute maybe that was holding.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
usually like I just feel more comfortable on the 2 minute. For me, I usually just it seems like it's a lot cleaner.
Mhm. So yeah, we do hit this 2 minute, and I do think we're actually delivering out of it. So we have that. Oh no, 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 we hadn't hit it yet. Okay, so we didn't have delivery on this play because you entered at 10:04 here, right? Yeah. So it wasn't until the next leg higher. Actually, I lied. It might have been. So we have this first leg up here, then the second. So you're entering here. Okay. So this leg we don't take out this high inside the 2 minutes, so we don't have delivery. Okay, so that's the first problem, and then the second problem is while we do put in the high here at 948, and we are getting the reversal in like the typical reversal time. If we look at the lower time frame here, we have this very obvious 1 minute gap, right? You can see that, right? And
Yeah.
this is holding price. And the 2 minute hasn't broken, or the 2 minute broke, but the close wasn't very convincing because we closed very close to the inverse, and the momentum kind of died as we were coming into the close. So anytime you see momentum stalling like this, and we don't really get a convincing close, meaning like the momentum on the close, like on the candle that closes through the gap is good, and we get like displacement through the gap, like past like the first point of like the inverse, and we're inside of a lower time frame, like obvious gap like this, these setups are very low probability, especially when the draw on liquidity isn't very good, right? So the 930 wick is a good draw. It's like a B draw, but it's not going to be like a data wick or equal lows or anything like that. So this setup you have to be very careful with, okay? Because you can see here
Okay.
it doesn't happen just once here where like we get a setup on a higher time frame that fails, right? It happens a second time here with this 2 minute too, right? You see how the 1 minute to the left still held, but the 2 minute
Yeah.
closed through, even though it's singular. It's because in price conditions like this, where we're kind of stalling and the momentum is slower, you want to see every time frame inverse, right? When the momentum is
Okay.
very good, and you compare that with a good draw, you have other confluences, you don't have to wait for every time frame. But when we have slow momentum like this through the inverse, you have to wait for every time frame. So that's for that. And then with this trade, I actually like this a lot. This is good. Um, I don't remember. Did we take this in PM? Maybe. I don't know. This is nice. I think we did. This trade, the gap here for me is just not obvious enough. So this was Tuesday, right? What time was this? This was 10 a.m. still, so looking at that 10 a.m. reversal time. Do you normally take plays that are like trying to get reversals at 10?
Yeah, by 10, I'm usually at work,
Okay,
so I just get to open the charts and see if anything is playing out. So
sure.
if I see it, I'll take it.
All right. Well, yeah, let's get this pulled up. So 10 a.m. reversal. You're looking to enter here. What is this time frame? The 5 minute. So yeah, this gap is just not that obvious, right? Would you agree?
Yeah, yeah,
So
100%.
that's the only thing, right? But the good news is, right, we talked about when momentum isn't this good, maybe you wait for every time frame. We get the 5 minute inverse at that time. We get the 3-minute inverse as well, right? So we're
Yeah.
already up to a good start. We get the 2-minute, and I'm not sure if we get the 30-second and 1 minute here also, but if we do, this is a very good trade. And I think we do, right? Because this wouldn't have allowed the 5-minute to inverse here until this candle. So we get the 1 minute, and it looks like we'll get the 30-second here. So every time frame inverse is right. So
Yeah.
that's at least on your side, right? Even though the momentum is bad. And so this allows the play to end up working, right? Ultimately, for at least
Yep.
1 hour, and then obviously it comes back. So I don't think this is a play I would take because I value momentum a lot in the trades I take. But this is better than the first trade because obviously we get every time frame here. So just focus on the future. You know, good management in terms of time, and then the risk here is obviously good to reward. But just make sure that you're taking a more obvious gap in the future, and
Okay.
you know that you prioritize momentum a little bit more. I have at the top of my chart, you know, bias, momentum, time model for a reason, right? Because bias and momentum are the two most important things to consider when taking a trade.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah, for sure. This setup, very choppy price conditions. I like the V shape, but I don't like the lack of delivery. So, um, we at least get the break even here, but this is not a trade I would take, just given like how choppy price is here. And
Okay.
then this setup I wouldn't take because you're logging into other bearish for value gaps here, right? So you see this one that we haven't closed above here. So
Yeah.
you,
This trade was more of an impulsive,
sure,
just getting a little emotional and just, I guess, wanting to jump into a trade.
sure. So yeah, patience is very important, right? And I know that there's probably, you know, some factor with your work, right? A lot of your trades have to be done before 10:30, is that correct? Or
Yeah.
10:15, whatever. And so like you were probably like, you know, this winding down to the end of the session, you're like, God, I haven't taken a trade yet. And then you force this, right? So
Yeah.
like,
Totally, man. Yeah.
okay. And so just to remind yourself, you know, whenever you're entering a trade, like obviously go through the checklist, you know, make sure that it's a trade that you've taken based on past data. And then consider for a moment that like while yes, you know, you need to take trades in order to advance your account, you know, make more money and whatever. If you're forcing setups and trying to take like the fast route, you're going to end up taking way longer than if you just skip a trade like this and like wait for the following week or wait for the following day or whatever it is, because this is going to end up not being a winning setup, and then that's going to lead to you taking more drawdown, and then over time you're going to, you know, build bad habits and take more setups like these and blow accounts, and you're just going to go backwards in your trading journey when we're trying to, you know, make forward progress here. And that's going to ultimately end up taking way longer going down that route than if you just like, you know, build a good foundation, build good habits, take the proper trades, and, you know, go slow and steady, right?
Yeah. 100%.
So yeah, overall, I think the major things to work on for this week would simply be to monitor price conditions as you're taking inverses, look at the momentum, and if the momentum is slower, you know, wait for extra confluences, wait for every time frame to inverse. If the momentum is good, you can pair them with a good draw, great. Just take that setup all day. And then maybe working on psychology a little bit. Um, you know, just going back and looking at journal trades where maybe you weren't patient or you forced a setup or whatever it was, and identifying triggers, or maybe just like looking inward at yourself and seeing if there's anything in your life that's potentially causing you to you know, want to force these trades or you know, be impatient, and like addressing that. In the past with people I've done one-on-ones with, one of the biggest things was just desperation, right? Either they had bills coming up or it was like desperation for money or whatever it was. And that desperation ultimately led to a lack of patience and, you know, whatever on the chart. And so they didn't even realize it at the moment, but separating trading from that desperation is what allowed them to kind of, you know, flourish or whatever it was. So whatever that is for you, obviously, you know better than me. You're in your head. So um,
Yeah. I think I just need to stick to trading from like 6:30 to 9 maybe before I get to work. Like I'm just
For
gonna
sure.
make it a habit that I just don't open the charts when I
Yeah.
get to work.
Okay.
That just I feel like it just puts a little bit more pressure on me just to get into a trade if I haven't.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and we don't want to add any unnecessary pressure to it, right? I mean, it's already a very,
Right.
tense job as it is, so
Yeah, copy that.
for sure, for sure. Alrighty. Any questions for me, G-Rod?
No, I mean, I guess you pointed out, the areas where I need to work on myself, and just take it a little bit slower and work on my psychology a little bit more. So that I'll be doing that for this coming week and try to address the weak points.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and once you identify those triggers, right, it's your job to then make a system that circumvents those triggers, right? Like, in my opinion, we talk about how, like, people are naturally disciplined and they're born with it, whatever people talk about. But I think it's more just the disciplined people are building systems to help them, right? And so that's what we have to do as
Yeah.
traders is build systems that help us be more disciplined. And so yeah, I mean, once you're at that phase and you identify, what's triggering these trades, then just building a system to prevent them is the next step, right? So
Yeah,
you
for
got
sure.
it. You got it. No big deal.
Cool, man. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. All right, guys. Is that it? Did I miss anybody's journal? I see Luca no trades and
Yeah, I texted Mike, but I'm pretty sure he's asleep or something.
okay. Well, yeah. If you
Yeah.
guys want to ask anything, just let me know, and if not, I guess that'll be it for this week.
I just want to add on to like the discipline thing on the charts.
Yeah.
So it's what's helped me a ton is obviously being disciplined on the charts. It helps being disciplined in life in general. It helps you so much more being disciplined in life when you just want to be disciplined on the charts, like just eating healthy, going to sleep early. It just makes it a million times easier.
Yeah.
Because of your whole life, if you're disciplined 24/7, being disciplined on the charts so much easier.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Because once you've gotten good at, you know, having a routine or a system or whatever it is that you follow in life, it's very simple to build a routine or system or whatever for the charts. So I totally agree.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, as far as like discipline, I just been working on trying to get to bed a lot earlier. I
Mm-hmm.
tend to go to sleep really late.
Sure.
So I know when I get up in the morning, sometimes I'm just like fucking groggy and trying to, stay focused on the chart.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah, like I wake up at like 5:30 now. I used to wake up at 6. That would make me super groggy at market open. It's helped me a ton.
You guys are West Coast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, at least I am.
Gotcha.
I'm West Coast also.
Yeah, it sucks. But it kind of makes you even more disciplined, or has to make you.
Yeah. I when I was on vacation one time in Mexico, it was like 2 hours difference, and so market open was at 7:30. That was so nice because like you were done by like 9 o'clock every day, and
Yeah, that's the nice thing though.
you could just go out and enjoy the day after that. And now like here, it's like sometimes I don't even have to wake up until like 8:40 or 8:30 or whatever, and I don't know. But yeah, most days
Yeah, it has its pros and cons.
for sure. At least we're not having to stay up
Yeah.
until like 12 o'clock at night or whatever to trade.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's for me. It's just when I started trading, it's like my job. I can get in there at whatever time I want. So I
Mhm.
start trading, and now I have to get up, before 6.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that I, still today, I'm still struggling with it, just getting up in the morning. So yeah, I'm sure that's got a big part to do with just being impulsive sometimes, getting the trades.
Yeah.
Yeah, just waking up before market open and going through your notes, that helped me a ton.
Got
And
it.
so you're already going in with like looking at your previous data. so you know what's a good setup. You're not just like this looks like a good setup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a little pre-market refresher.
Yeah, that's what's helped me at center. I've caught myself. I'm like, oh my god, if I didn't go through my notes, I would have taken the setup.
Sure. Yeah, it's a nice little system.
And that works for me, but that might not work for you. But it's just about trying different stuff and seeing what works.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys. This was a good conversation. So I'll get the video for this uploaded for you guys to review or whatever for the other mentorship students. And after this, I'll do IFGs of the week. So if you guys want to tune in for that, I'll be there. But yeah, anything else for
Alrighty.
me?
I'm good.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'm good too.
Alrighty, well, you guys enjoy your weekend. I'll catch y'all later.
Thank you, man. You too.
All right. Later, y'all.